If a man is saying, look, we want to go on walking dates, he's trying to tell you something, child. He's trying to tell you something. A lot of these women, when these men say coffee dates, these women think literally they mean just coffee. It just means a date where it doesn't have to be coffee. Y'all could go for ice cream, something simple. You know, what's wrong with walking in the park and talking and getting to know each other? These men realize that it's too much of an investment for them to put out here when it comes to dating. They don't want to go broke trying to meet somebody. That day is over. They talk about back in the day it was like this and it's not like that anymore. Well, you got to accept what comes with today's society and in today's dating. Men are not your grandfathers. They're not your fathers. They're not those men of old. These men realize something that those men realized, but they didn't realize it until it was too late. These men are not trying to take the chance. They're not going to allow you to take advantage of them. So they would rather go their own way, which is, again, unfortunate because that's not something that I think is good for our community. But at the same time, these men don't want to have to deal with combative women and women who don't want to work with them, who are disrespectful and the whole nine. So I think women have to take that into consideration. These are not your grandfathers. Just like you say, you're not your grandmother. You're not the women back then. You don't want to do what they did, but these men don't want to do what those men. These men don't want to be stepdaddies and all of this for the most part. They don't want to sit back and just be taken advantage of. They want something too, which when you're in a relationship, it should be reciprocated. It shouldn't be just he do everything for you and you do nothing. Paul Harrison, thank you for the super chat, says, hey, Dee Dee, happy Friday. I'm a single man who loved the highest. I'm so disgusted with these modern women who are so into themselves more than their families. I'd rather stay at home and watch Dee Dee on YouTube. Thank you so much for the super chat, Paul. I appreciate you once again for the generous donation. Thank you so much. Thank you. And look, Paul, that's the same sentiment that a lot of men share. A lot of men feel the same way. Like, you know, I'm not going to chase these women who are running the opposite way and want me to just keep chasing them and doing the most to get their attention just to try to build a relationship with them. Men aren't doing that. And women are asking themselves why, but they don't want to do anything to change it. You know, we've talked about this several times, how now the fact that women feel like they can make money and they can work and they don't need a man, they can pay their own bills and take care of themselves. They feel that that's, I guess, a one-up on men. They feel like that's a flex when it comes to dating, that they can use that to show a man, hey, if I can do this myself, you need to do better, you know, because I make a lot of money, but you don't want to spend it. You're not thinking about the family. They're not thinking about the total scenario, you know, the whole family. They're thinking about themselves. It's all about them. That's it. What their happiness, what they want. They're not thinking about the children. You're not thinking about any of it. You're not thinking about the overall success of the family. You're thinking about what you want, just you. That's why a lot of women will remain single. But on top of that, a lot of these women don't require, you know, certain men to do all of that. It's only once they've been through all the Pookies and Ray Rays and Tom, Dicks and Harrys, then they want the good guy who's worked on himself to be responsible for all of that. You'll be the one paying all her bills and she'll still have Pookie, Ray Ray and Twink Twink in the corner, you know, on the side, still screwing them too. Nobody wants to sign up for nothing like that unless you like being used. You like being taken advantage of. And I think this is the real upset for a lot of women in modern society. That the fact, that's why they always say, which is funny to me because I see it. Oh, I'm so tired of all these male podcasts. I wish they would just go away. I bet you do. I bet you do. I bet you wish they would go away because they're making sense and y'all cannot pull the wool over their eyes. You can't fool them anymore. You can't make them think that single mothers are the best thing since sliced bread. You can't make them think that that's a deal for them anymore. So now, of course, when their eyes are wide open and they see the shenanigans because y'all put it out there, you expose yourselves, smart, educated women. You expose yourselves, and now the men are privy to your nature, and they don't have nothing to do with it. If anything, they'll smash and dash if you let them. A lot of these women don't think, and then they wonder why he ghosted me. Why Well, I haven't heard from him in weeks. Well, you gave him what he wanted. He don't want you. You could be beautiful. You could be one of the most beautiful women out there. It doesn't matter. A lot of them don't give a damn. They're to that point now because they know that these women aren't loyal. They know that these women aren't in it for the right reason. They know that these women aren't marriage material. So why would they waste their time? A lot of these men are operating in more common sense than these educated women. LaJuan, the Scratch Off King, thank you for the super chat, says, as a man, if you get got, it's your own fault. It's too much info on women's behavior out there. I know that's right. I agree. I say it all the time. Look, child, if you end up letting a woman taking advantage of you, you must want to be taken advantage of it. Thank you once again, LaJuan, Scratch Off King. I appreciate you because it is too much information. That's why I say for women too, though. All this information and knowledge, you just don't want it. They just don't want to take heed to it. You want to keep doing what you're doing. You don't want to do the right things. That's just it. But for men out here with all this information, right? If you let somebody take advantage of you, it's because you just want to.